Journal Record Capital correspondent Catherine Sweeney joins us with more stories making news in business this week. Catherine, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, there's a new player in the state's biggest oil fields. Tell us about Roan Resources.
This company actually rose out of the ashes of two other companies and now is the second most active driller in the state. They're over in an area what's called the Merge. So it's between two counties. It's in the northern part of Grady County and the southern part of Canadian County. And that's where the Scoop and the Stack, the two biggest plays here, overlap. So it's a great place to be for them.
Turning to tribal news, the Cherokee Nation is going electric and now targeting its vehicle fleet. What's the latest there?
So the tribe has been putting together this multi-pronged plan to reduce their carbon dioxide emissions by 25% by 2027. Their most recent project is having to do with their bus fleet. So they got 2 electric buses with a federal grant.
Cannabis news is always going to be around until all of this gets underway. We understand there are more than 460 licenses already issued from medical cannabis dispensaries. Is that a big number compared to other states?
It is. So Oklahoma has about 5,000 licensed patients right now. And if the numbers stay about the same, that means that we have 1 dispensary for every 11 patients. That is a very different ratio from other states, but other states have a lot of policies in place that Oklahoma doesn't. So, for example, a lot of states have caps. Arizona only allows 1 dispensary for every 10 traditional pharmacies. Arkansas, when its program is fully implemented, will allow only up to 40 dispensaries statewide. Other states charge really high licensing fees for these dispensaries. Oklahoma's is only $2,500, but some states like Delaware charge $40,000 a year.
And in agricultural news, with tariffs already impacting farmers and ranchers, is there a new cattle market opening up in Canada now?
Some would say so. Oklahoma is hoping to get in on that. Our state was in a drought and their cattle numbers dwindled for a while, but they've been bouncing back. However, up in Canada, they aren't bouncing back. The federal government announced recently that they are at their lowest numbers since 1988, and U.S. farmers are hoping to get in there and get some of that demand.
And finally, what are you working on for next week, Catherine?
I'm working on a story about State Question 800 that would divert some revenue from oil and gas taxes and put it into a savings account. Some members of the education community are concerned about how that would affect school funding.
All right, Catherine Sweeney with the Journal Record, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.